welcome to our special big reveal Thursday Night Play Space Live. Keith Avalon from Play Games. Sam is, as usual, keeping tabs on the programming side, production side. Tonight we reveal the next Play Now game, which will be available immediately after the stream. Now, some people may be wondering, what is Play Now? Particularly the sports guys that have been hanging around Play Games for a number of years. Play Now is different from Play sports simulation games. Play Now offers non-sports and or non-simulation games, kind of expanding our brand a little bit. We do have some sports games, the Fury sports games, Fury Hardball, Fury Football, which are non-sim games, but they are sports games. Also, we have some non-sports games like Aviatrix 37, the Amelia Earhart flight game, and also Twisted Fate, which are non-sports games, but like Play sports simulation games, all of Play Now games are solitaire capable. So you can play them solitaire. They're designed for solitaire play. You can also play them cooperatively or head-to-head. But first and foremost, for people that don't have other people to play board games with them, these Play Now games will fill that bill. Our new game falls in the category of non-sports simulation. But like Aviatrix 37, it is a simulation of sorts. The name of the game is... If I get it up right, I think it's right, isn't it?
You want it on the game cam?
No. Let me hold it. Yeah, hold it up. We have a problem, Mr. President. The National Emergency Management game. We demoed this game on a Game Lab installment earlier this year. The premise is you're in charge of implementing policy decisions for the President of the United States in a national emergency. Now, in our demo game, you were the President, but we found that it works better if you're like the advisor of the president, because you can easily get fired that way. So it contextually makes more sense that if you mess up the management of the crisis, you just show them the door and they bring somebody else in. So your goal is to successfully navigate a national crisis by dismissing various problems in an escalating pressure cooker type environment. It's like a slow closing vice around you as things get more and more difficult. It's kind of a constant balancing act between solving problems, spin doctoring, maintaining the president's confidence, and gaining enough public esteem so that you can feather your career nest after the crisis is over. You're doing all these things at the same time, and you're really multitasking. It's super fun, super challenging. I think it'll really give you a good creative workout in trying to win this game. So let's show you what it looks like. Obviously, here's the box. I think we're on the game cam now. And our typical Play Now box. I'm going to take the sleeve off, and here is our game contents in this nice little packet here. As you can see, there are many dice with this game. This is what you call a resource management game, where your resources are dice and cards. So you're going to get a lot of dice with this game. You get 6 dice to start the game with. Well, you have 6 dice generally throughout the game, and a deck of 36 political capital cards. I'll explain it in just a second. So here are your dice. You've got some little tokens here which will represent various rewards that you can get for successfully navigating the crisis. In addition to earning national acclaim, you can also earn, like a book deal or the weekend use of Air Force One, depending on the magnitude of the crisis. And then you've got markers for the tokens and the different colored dice, which I will explain shortly. You've got your 2 game boards here, your situation room, and your approval effects board. Again, we'll explain this shortly. These are this is the track which marks the days of the crisis. You start on day 1. You get 16 days to eliminate the crisis. Here's your approval rating. From commended national acclaim is what you're shooting for. Obviously, there's lots of gray areas in between, all the way down to you're fired. And these are charts which you can use depending on whether you get 7, 11, or 21 on your approval rolls, or doubles or triples. We'll explain that as we play a little sample round of the game. These are the cards. They come in sheets. The blue ones are your political capital cards. They're marked on the back with political capital, and this deck remains the same from crisis to crisis. They're different crises. In fact, the game comes with 3 different crises of 3 different difficulty levels. But this deck stays the same. This is your political capital deck, and you have things like fundraising events. You got judicial appeal. You got preventive measures. You've got preemptive politics, executive orders, all the things that you can orchestrate. And each of them, as you can see, have like a dice total here, which represents the cost for using that card. I'll explain how that works shortly as we play the game. But you can see that you get a deck of 36 different political capital cards, which stays the same from crisis to crisis. Then you've got a deck of 18. You have actually 3 decks of 18 crisis cards. So this is the financial crisis, which is the most difficult one that we have so far. It's a 4-star crisis. And you can see it's like a dossier with different things that you have to dismiss. Like you have like staff infighting, finger pointing, bankruptcy court. And again, you'll see that you've got different costs associated with each of these cards. In order to expel this card, you've got to play a dice which corresponds with the number there, and then you've got to apply political fury to dismiss the card. And so your goal is to dismiss all 18 cards. So the game comes with a financial crisis, which is 4-star. You've got the Capital Clash, which is kind of a generic sort of politics as usual on Capitol Hill type deal, which is a 3-star. And then you've got the natural disaster, which is a 2-star crisis. That's the one we're going to be playing tonight. And then you got your rules booklet. It's pretty standard for us. Not a particularly long rules booklet. It is a total of 7 pages, with actually 6 pages. We got some clarifications here, just in case people have questions. We want to clear things up before you have to send us an email. So essentially 6 pages of rules and some clarifications at the end. So those are the game contents. I'm going to put this game back in the box, and we'll show you how the game plays. I've separated, we're not going to spend TV time separating cards. We'll just use a deck that we've already separated. So let's go ahead and move this to the side here. And let's play. So here is our Situation Room board, our approval effects board. Make sure we get these in a place where you can see them. Here are our tokens. The white token goes on the day 1, and we'll start at Get It Done is the place you start every game, on the Get It Done level. The idea is you want to get to national acclaim. Now, there are different win levels, different win scenarios in this game. So a win would be to dismiss all the crisis cards and be sitting on the national acclaim space. That earns you national acclaim and also an appropriate gift, appropriate to your efforts, which in the 2-star case would be a dinner at DC's Best Steakhouse or a gold pen set. So you get to choose which one you want. There are 7 different prizes that come with the game, and the idea is you want to try to win all 7. Obviously, the book deal is in the network TV political analyst host position are the most lucrative, and those are only earned by successfully navigating a 4-star crisis. All right, so we're going to shuffle up our political capital cards, and we're going to shuffle up our crisis cards. So let me run down how the game works. There's a sequence that you do for each turn, each day. Each turn equals a day. You got 16 turns, 16 days. So you draw crisis cards from the deck that equal the day number. So on the day 1, there's just going to be 1 card there to deal with. On day 2, there'll be 2. On day 6, there'll be 6, and so on. So as the crisis escalates, so do the number of cards you have to deal with, and so does the approval demands from the president. So you'll draw a crisis card equal to the number of days. Then you'll decide how many political capital cards you'd like to allocate for the day. Now, you got a deck of 36. It's got to last you for the whole game. The sneaky thing is early on, you've got more dice available to allocate to these cards. And also some cards aren't very useful toward the end of the game. However, you'll want to dismiss as many of the crisis cards as you can as well early on. So there's all these different things that are kind of screaming at you for attention, and it's your job to kind of filter through the noise and make it all happen. So you'll decide how many political capital cards you want to allocate for the day, and once you decided, then you roll the political action dice. You start with 6 dice. Well, it's generally 6 dice for the whole game, but you can acquire colored dice which have special effects. For example, hence all these different colored dice. The red dice can be re-rolled. It can be re-rolled once during the turn. So if you don't like the number you rolled, you can re-roll it if you have a red die. The yellow dice can be rotated one either way. So like if it's a 3, if you roll a 3 with the yellow dice, you can move it to a 4, or you can move it to a 2. The blue dice increase approval level by, if you set it aside, they'll automatically increase your approval level up 1. And then the green die are just extra dice that you get. You normally get 6 dice per turn, but sometimes you'll earn extra dice to give you a little extra oomph. And those, the green die represent those. The black die is our fury die, and it has the traditional fury symbols where the 1 is a triangle, circle is 2, 3, 4, 5 is 6 is the square. Okay, the white dice are basically what you start with. What else was it? There's one other thing I was going to say. Oh, yes. So any colored dice can be played here to eliminate the fury roll. To eliminate cards, there'll be political fallout. You'll have to roll the fury die. You'll expend your political capital on that card, and then you'll have to roll the fury die to see if it's dismissed. And some cards have the circle, some cards have the triangle, some cards have the square. Obviously, these triangle ones are the easiest to dismiss, the most likely to dismiss with a fury die. But if you don't want to take your chance, you can set aside any colored die in this slot here, and then you don't have to roll the fury die at all. You can just dismiss the card. You're applying your political power to the situation. All right, so you roll your 6 political action dice. You will then determine how you want to spend them based on the numbers that you rolled and what the different resources are calling for. You'll decide how you want to spend them, and then you'll ask for the president's approval. And that's basically where you're going to the situation room and you're rolling dice and the goal is to exceed the number that's on the situation room board, and that would be you have to roll 1 number higher than the day. So on day 1, all you have to do is roll a 2. On day 5, you have to roll a 6. So as the days progress, you're going to want to set more and more of these resource dice aside, and also that's where the reroll dice and the yellow dice can come in handy to kind of give you a little extra boost in passing those approval rolls. So you have to roll 1 number higher at least than the day number. And then if you get president's approval, if you pass that roll, then you do everything that you said. All the things that you decided to do, you do. If you set aside, you can purchase your political capital cards. If you purchase resources, you can get extra dice. You can dismiss cards if you played that. You can, if you played a colored die on the eliminate the fury roll, they just go away. Otherwise, you just roll the fury die to see if you can get rid of them. And that's essentially it. After that sequence, you move the day token up 1, and you do it all again for day 2 and then day 3. The idea is to get to dismiss all the cards and be on national acclaim. That would be a win. If you dismiss all the cards and you're somewhere else on the board, that's a success, and you'll gain an experience. So every time you play this game, if you avoid getting fired and dismiss all the cards, you'll gain an experience die. You'll get the use of 1 green die for any turn you want. And for the more games you succeed at, the more of these you earn. So 5 or 6 successes, and you will have 5 or 6 extra of these, and that will really help you in future crises. Couple of extra wrinkles that are tied in with the approval roll. You get an extra die for rolling 7, 11, or 21 on the approval roll. So if you roll your 2 dice and you roll a 7 and you're on day 4, you will pass the approval roll and you'll get that extra green die for the next turn. If you roll doubles, then you have the option to double down. If you roll triples, you have the option to triple down. And this is a risk-reward thing. The odds are in your favor somewhat, especially for doubling down, but it's not guaranteed. If you roll lower than a 6 on a double down or lower than a 7 on a triple down, then you get negative effects. Otherwise, you get positive effects. So it's kind of up to you. You kind of have to survey the landscape, see where you are in the crisis, and decide whether you want to try to double down or triple down when the doubles occur. Okay, I think we're ready to play this game. Let me get a sip of tea here, and we will get rolling. This game takes about a half an hour to play to completion. The decision making gets more difficult as you get closer to the end. You really have to make some choices. But let's go ahead and get started. Got our Fury die here. Got our political capital. And we have a problem, Mr. President. It is a natural disaster. Okay, so our first card, day one, a press conference blunder. So it's my job to fix that. There's lots of... I've got 6 dice to roll. I only need 1 to get rid of that. So, oh yeah, it's got to be on get it done. Did I actually move that? Sorry. All right, so I'm going to go flip over political capital cards, and you can... We tinkered around with the rules on this. Originally, we were saying you had to decide how many you wanted to use before you started pulling. Then we kind of, through playtesting, decided, it's kind of fun to kind of say, no, I want another one. I think I do. Now, the problem here is the leaked information card. If 2 of these are showing, then you have to lower 1 approval level. If 3 of them are showing, then you're automatically fired. The game is over. So there are 7 of them in the deck, which means you've got about a 1 in 6 chance. So the question is, do I want to try to, continue on and risk getting another one? I think I will because, it's early in the game. I don't want to have wasted. Every political resource counts in this game. So here's the fundraising events. I think I've got also time to rebound from some, approval decline here. Fundraising event, I can exchange a white die for a blue die. I probably want that. Here's an executive order. Attempt to dismiss the top unrevealed card from the crisis deck. I think I want that. I'm going to go 1 more, I think. Oh, there's the leaked information. All right, so now I'm going to lose. That's not a very good start. So I'm down on approval level. I'm going to have to roll. I could keep pulling, but I don't think if I get a 3rd one, the game's over. It'd be a very short demo. I don't think you want that. So we're going to roll our 6 dice. Oh, and then one thing I didn't mention in the situation situation room rule, where you're applying your resources, 5s and 6s are wild, so they count for anything. None of these cards have anything but 1, 2, 3, or 4 on them. So when you roll a 5 or 6, you can apply it to anything. In the approval roll, 5s and 6s count as 5s and 6s. All right, so I'm going to expand that, obviously. I am going to go ahead and use the 5 here, get a blue die. I'm going to attempt to dismiss the top unrevealed card from the crisis deck. I'm going to roll 3 dice. So I'm going to pass the approval roll here. I'm hoping to get maybe either a 7 or maybe doubles. Well, I did get doubles, so I can double down if I want. So this goes away. These I didn't use. At the end of the turn, your political capital cards just go away. So it's, use them or lose them. So I'm going to exchange this for a blue die. And I'm going to attempt to dismiss the top unrevealed card from the deck. So that means I'm going to flip this over, and whatever the Fury symbol is, I've got to roll that. And it's a square. So as long as I don't roll a 5 or a 6, that's going to go away too. And I rolled a 6. So not off to a great start. So that's going to stay. And the press conference blunder, I spent political capital on that. So now I've got to roll, but to dismiss it, I have to roll anything but a 2, 3, or 4. It's got a circle symbol. So hopefully I'm going to roll a 1, 2, 1, 5, or a 6. And I rolled a 2. So off to a bad start. So these cards stay, and it will now go to day 2. We don't have to reveal an extra one because it's the second day. We've got 2 showing. This goes away. I do have a blue die now. Okay, so this brings up a good point about stacking. So you can't just let these cards pile up. Cards of the same symbol will stack on top of each other, and then you've got to remove both of them. You can't remove one of them; you have to remove both, and that gets to ties up a lot of resources. So right now we've got a circle and a square showing, so I'm safe for now. Let's see what I want for political capital here. I got judicial appeal. That might be helpful. Calming words that'll increase my approval. That's probably a good one. And under the rug, discard the top unrevealed card from the crisis deck. All right, I think that's probably good. We're only on day 2, so we don't need a lot of dice for our approval roll. Here's my choice. Do I try to get rid of these, or do I try to gain extra resources here? I think what I will do, I will play this here, and you'll see on the under the rug card, there's a blank square on the blank dice. You can use any die for that, or you can use expend a political capital card. So I'm going to expend a political capital card for that and save a dice. I'll take the judicial appeal. I will take the calming words. I'm going to need 2 dice for the roll. I guess I could probably get rid of this here. I could play this to eliminate the fury roll. I'll do that. And I'm going to play this here, so I'll get rid of that. Do I really need any of these? No, I don't need judicial appeal if I'm going to use my color die here. So I'll go ahead and do this. And I'll roll these 2. I could risk it and just roll 1 die and hopefully roll a 3, 4, 5, or 6. I got a pretty good chance of passing, but I'm not going to take the chance. I'm just going to roll these 2, and I got a 5. All right, so I'm going to discard the top unrevealed card from the crisis deck. Conflicting demands goes away. I didn't play this. I did play calming words, so I'm going to increase my approval level 1. And now we go to this side of the board. I played a color die to eliminate the fury roll, so this is going to go away. I don't have to roll, I don't have to avoid rolling 2, 3, or 4, so that's going to go away. This I didn't do anything with. That's just going to sit there for next turn. That's going to be the end of our turn. And I have to expend this political capital. Oh, it was a leaked information card. Good for me. All right, so now it's day 3. Take this back. Back to 6 dice. We need three cards showing. And we got meeting with the local authorities and a visit to the disaster scene. Let's see what I want here. Preemptive politics. Oh, discarding the top unrevealed card. Those are the cards that are good early. Once there's no cards in the deck, those are basically wasted cards. So you want to use those if you can. Executive order. That's also attempt to dismiss the top unrevealed card. I will definitely use that. And under the rug. Ooh, all right. So I've got 3 cards here showing. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to want to try to eliminate the visit disaster scene so that it doesn't stack on this. Let me roll my dice. This will be enough for me, I think, for this turn. Ooh, and I got lots of 5s and 6s. That's great. All right, so I'm going to play the 1 here. I am going to play the 2 here, and I'm going to discard a card. It's the political long shot. It's kind of a dicey card anyway. And I'm going to also, let's see, do I want to? I want to discard. I want to get rid of this. And I think I'm going to try to get rid of this as well. You know what? I'm going to do this instead. I'm going to get rid of, yeah, I definitely want to do that. So, okay, so here's my choice. So these 2 crisis cards, the visit to the disaster scene and the meeting with local authorities, they're very high probability cards. In other words, as long as I don't roll a 1, a triangle, they're going to go away. So I think I can get away with not risking the colored die here. I'm going to go ahead and roll the die here. I do need to roll a 4 or better. And let's just see what happens. Yeah, but you know what? The attempt to dismiss the top unrevealed card from the crisis deck, I will have to roll a fury die for this as well. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go like this. And I got an 8. No doubles. There's no 7, 11, or 21, so I don't get anything bonus there, but I do pass the approval roll. So we're going to attempt, first we start here. We're going to attempt to dismiss the top unrevealed card from the crisis deck, and it is visit the disaster scene. So it's another triangle, so as long as I don't roll a 1, all right, so that goes away. We'll put this up here. Now we got preemptive politics, and again, I'm going to discard this. I don't have to roll this. This is discard unless it says critical. And it doesn't. So we're good there. So that goes away. And we couldn't play this. Now we're going to have to roll for political fury on these 2. I've got to avoid rolling triangles here. That's good. So my meeting with the local authorities went well, or the presidents did. Oh, and I failed that one. So the visit to the disaster scene was delayed or derailed. So that didn't happen. That's going to stay there. All right, so that's going to be the end of our turn. We're going to go to day 4. It means we're going to have 4 cards come out. Nothing stacks because we have 2 different symbols here. The cards don't stack until the end. All right, we got resource waste and the disaster second wave, which is critical. That's a big one. requires three dice expense to get rid of. So I'm going to have some choices to make here. Let's see. I might want to just try to get rid of that. I've got 6 dice. I got a colored die. I can play 3 if I roll well enough. Play 3 to get rid of it and eliminate the fury roll in my colored dice. So I'm only going to pick 1 card here. Ooh, Tough Talk. Tough Talk is a good card. It allows you to exchange dismissing cards for approval, but I don't have a lot of approval here, so I'm going to go ahead and just go with this. Here we go, with just the 1 card. All right, so I got a 6, 6, 4. Let's try this. 4. That's going to go there. I'm going to play this, and now I just got to roll a 5 or better. And I rolled a 4. Wouldn't you know it? So that shows you what happens here when you fail the approval roll, which is not a good thing. So when you fail the approval roll, it means that the president gave you the eagle eye, and your suggested moves were not accepted. So this goes away. All your political capital goes away. Nothing dismisses. You get your dice back. You go down approval level, down to and the day advances. So now we're on day 5. It did not go very well. So we put out another, and now we have to stack. So the resource waste is going to stack with the visit the disaster scene, and these are going to stay like this. All right, day 5, we get 1 more card out. It's late arriving help. And speaking of help, I need some here. Not going very well. Preventative measures, that's a good one. I think, and de-escalation. I think 2 will be good. Here we go. We definitely want to get rid of one of those squares because we don't want those 2 to stack. So let's go get the 3 and the 4, or the 2 and the 4. How about we'll get wasted funds out of there. Now, the wasted funds is not bad because if you fail the roll, you just discard political capital. It's pretty early, so I think I will. Maybe I'll do that and not use my colored die. Let's just see how it plays out. De-escalation. I want 1 and 2. That would be good. I could attempt to dismiss this top resource waste one, and I've still got 2 to re-roll, but I got to roll a 6 or better. All right. That's what we'll do. Here we go. 6 or better. Come on. And we get a 9. So we passed the approval roll. This is going to go away. This is going to... I can attempt to dismiss this, which means I need the fury roll. I didn't play the colored die, so I got to roll for it. I can't roll a 1. All right, so that's going to go away. That'll be helpful. And I also have to roll on this one. But if I roll a 5 or a 6, then it's going to go away. I'll just lose some political capital. It's a fair trade-off. And I didn't roll a 5 or 6, so I'm good. So that just goes away, and that was not a bad day in the Oval Office. All right, so we go to day 6, and we need 6 cards showing. Nothing is going to stack. We get a triangle, a circle, and a square. And we need to have 6 cards showing. All right. Oh, there's the unexpected disaster consequence. That's always the tough one to get out of there. I need some colored dice. I need to get some political resources here. All right, we're on day 6. National address. There's a chance to improve my approval rating. So my leaked information. Ugh, bad time for that. I have to get another card though. I'll do 1 more. Unexpected move. Okay, get a free double down or triple down roll. That'll be enough for me this turn. All right, here we go. And do we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? You know, we should actually have 1 more on there, shouldn't we? It's day 6. So we need a 6th card out there. All right. There we go. Oh, look at all those 6s. I love those 6s. Okay. Tempted just to do this. Ugh. Yeah. This is where it gets kind of difficult. I think what I'll do is try to get rid of these 2 cards. I hate having only 2. I think I'm gonna have to roll 3, and try not to roll squares. But that means I'm probably not going to get rid of one. Well, I think I'm going to roll. I think I'm going to have to chance it with 2. And eliminate the Fury roll. So if I roll a 7 or better, and the odds are in my favor, I'll be okay. Those 2 cards will go away. But if I roll less than that, then I'm basically toast. You know what? I'm gonna go roll it here. I had a 10, so I messed up. Wasted my political capital. So now I've got to roll. I've got to avoid rolling squares on these 2. I don't get anything from here. I do get the double down, the free double down move, which I will use. See if I can avoid rolling 5s and 6s. Here's the late arriving help. All right, that goes away. And here's the negative news report. Yes! So luck was on my side this time. We are going to have to stack these 2, but they're triangles, and they're only single die expenses, so that's not too bad. All right, so go to day 7. We do get our double down. We've got to pass this double down roll. And, oh, we got 10, yes. So on 10, I can choose to gain approval, get an extra green die tomorrow, exchange the white die for any color, or I can attempt to dismiss any revealed crisis card. And I did have the I think I'm going to take the extra die. I will take the extra die. All right. You know, I actually, you know what? I'm not going to take the extra die. I'm going to reveal, because I had the blue die sitting there. So, and the double down move is always the last move of the turn. So, and since I roll a 10, I'm going to go attempt to dismiss any revealed crisis card. I'm going to get rid of one of these critical cards, and because I've got the colored die eliminating the Fury roll, I don't even have to roll for it. Oh no, I didn't have it there though, did I? I didn't have it there, right? Because I was rolling for the other one. So yeah, I could try to roll for it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to roll for it. So I'm going to try to dismiss the unexpected disaster consequence by not rolling a 5 or a 6. Here we go. Oh. Shouldn't have pushed my luck. All right, well, it doesn't really hurt me. It does prevent me from getting an extra dice next turn. We go to turn 8. All right. Well, it was worth a shot. All right, so day 8, we got 8. That's probably going to put all the cards out now. Nothing's going to stack here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me move these up. Yeah, so everybody can see. All right. This is not going so well for me. All right, so get my Fury there. Back to 6. Here we go. Let's see what I got for resources. Preventive measures. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm just gonna try to do that and maybe something else if I can.
Kyle seems to think that you already advanced today. Did you need to advance it a second time?
Oh, was I on 7?
I think so. That's what
Yeah,
Kyle thinks.
yeah, you're right. You know what? You're right because I need to roll a 7 or better. You're right. That is correct. So I am on day 7 now. Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate that. All right. So let's see what we got here. Preventive measures. And I got a bunch of stuff I got to get rid of here. There's one card in the crisis deck. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to try to get rid of these. Let's do this and this. I'm going to try to get rid of as many of these as I can. And this, I need 3. You know what? I'm just going to do 2. Oh, I don't want the square to stack, though. This is not good. I'm going to go these 2. I'm going to play this to eliminate the Fury roll and try to get better than 8. Here we go. I can't do the preventive measures. All right, so I got 12. I got double, so I can try to double down, which I will. This goes away. These 2 go away because I played my colored die. And now the only question is, do I want to double down? And I do. And I got an 8, so I'm going to get the extra die for next turn. And that will help. All right, unfortunately, these are going to stack, though. So the older card remains on the bottom, so the square is not going to go anywhere. This is going to move to here, and now I got 3 cards that are stacked. All right, so now we move to day 8. And our last card comes out. Now it's all on us. We do get the extra dice this turn. Let's see what we got for political capital here. Wise council, approved by 1 level. Fundraising. We could use the blue die. I know the blue die might be helpful, but I really need a yellow die. 2 fury rolls. Oh, that would be good. All right, let's see what we can get rid of here. So these are stacked now, so I've got to try to get rid of some of these. I can do this. 1 and 4. Okay, so I'll play the 1 and the 4 here. I'm going to do the called favor, which will give me 2 fury dice rolls for that. I could do that, or I could move this here and eliminate the fury roll entirely. Let's do that. I'm going to need 3 dice for this roll. So I've got 1 more I can spend. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Got to roll a 9 or better. And, oh, it's a 13. Okay, so on a 13, that's kind of like the opposite of 7, 11, or 21. So I'm going to lose a die for next turn. But I do pass the approval roll, and I do have doubles, so maybe I can get that die back. All right, so these are all going to go away. These are going to go away. This is going to go away. And now I'm going to double down. 9. Okay, I'm going to get that die back. So it's going to be a wash. I lose a die because of the 13. I get one back because of the oh, but I get a colored die back. So I'm going to lose a white die, get a colored die back. That could be helpful. All right, so now it is day 9. Only 4 cards left. I'm not sitting too bad. Special counsel. Exchange the white die for a red die. Court injunction. Attempt to dismiss any revealed crisis card stacked or solo. That's beautiful. I want that. Here we go. Now I got to roll a 10 on my approval roll, so I'm getting up there. All right, so I definitely want the court injunction. And I definitely want to play this here. And I'm going to roll the remaining 3. I really could use a red die, though. Oh. You know what? I'd have to spend that there, wouldn't I? Well, I'm going to have to just go with what I got here, I guess. Here we go. Got to get a 10. And I got a 10 exactly, and doubles. Whew. All right, so, first of all, I get to attempt to dismiss any revealed crisis card, stacked or solo. I got my fury die, so I do get to reveal it. I'm going to get rid of the disaster. I'm going to get rid of the unexpected disaster consequences. All right. I didn't spend that. So now the question is, do I want to double down? I think I do. I don't know. I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I'm not going to double down. So it's now day 10. Oh, there's leaked information. All right, I'm just going to roll and try to get rid of one of these. I'm going to try to get rid of this one here. Should be able to do it. Yeah. No, I've got to go. I've got to pick another one. I'm just looking at the. Like I said, this game, you're constantly looking at a bunch of different factors. Oh, there's the happy accident. Choice revealed crisis card goes away. I want that. I wish I had an extra dice. This is going to go away here, though. Go back to... So I need a 1, 2, and a 3. There's that. But now I've got to roll an 11 and start... I'm starting to get kind of... This is where I really need the extra dice. Odds of rolling an 11 with 3 dice are not great. All right, so I'm going to, but on the other hand, you know, that's not going to come around very often. All right, I'm just going to have to go with it. Gonna have to go with it. Need an 11. Wished I had the extra dice. Don't have it. Here we go. Yes! I knocked my card over. I got it, though. I got a 14. So, the happy accidents, the disaster second wave goes away. Woo! All right, so it's day 11. Only 2 cards left. All right. I don't have a lot of... Normally, you've picked up, you know, red and yellow dice. I'm kind of going with just what I started out with. So the preemptive politics is not going to do anything for me. You know, I'm just going to try to get rid of these. I'll pick one more here. Smart leadership. Oh, there's... I can get a white die for a red die if I want to. Here we go. So we'll play this. We'll play this. I'll play this. And you know what? I'm just going to roll all 4 because I need to roll a 12. So I'm not going to even mess with that. I'm just going to try to win it like I've got it.
The 2-1 if you can. You should get rid of the other card if you can.
Well, I can, but then I'd have to only be able to roll 3. I want to roll 4. I'm going to do this. Here we go. Well, there we go. And I got 21. Yes, and triples. All right. We don't need these. This is going away. I am going to get the extra dice for next turn. 1 card left to go. I'm on day 12. So here's the choice. I could try to stall a little bit. I've just got the 1 card left. I could try to beef up my approval, or I could just kind of write this game off and say, well, you know, at least I muddled through the. And I'm assuming that I'm going to get rid of this. I'm just going to try to survive. Here we go.
You gotta play a card.
Yeah, I do it. Right, I'm playing one. The special counsel. Exchange a red die for. All right, so now this is getting more. See, I'm tempted to try to beef up my approval, but I'm just gonna go like this. All right, so here we go. We got the 2 and the 4. I'm playing this. I got 4 dice. As long as I roll a 13 or better, this game's over. And I didn't. 8. I only got a 10. That's where I really needed the red die. All right, so I go back down to private ire. I don't get to do this. And we go to day 13. I'm going to get another chance, though. But now it's starting to get kind of difficult. Exchange the white die for the red die. Oh, I just want to get this thing over. I just want to get...
the green die this turn.
Right, I don't get the extra dice right. So that could be difficult. All right, so here we go. The 2, the 4. So now I'm going to have to try to do it with political fury. I have to roll 4. I'm not going to get 14 without rolling 4. I wish that I could get that. You know, I could burn this turn and get a red dice and maybe get a double down. That might be a smarter way to play this. Let me just do that, just to show you how this will work. Okay, so instead of trying to get rid of this card, I'm instead going to play this for the exchange for the red die. Let me pick another one. Maybe I'm going to do the yellow die too. That's spontaneous action. Yeah, I'm going to go roll these 5. So I'm probably going to pass. I'm rolling 5 now. All right, so I passed the roll. I got a 17. I got a 19. So I'm going to exchange this for a red die. These are going to go away. Now I also got triples, so I can try the double down and get the extra die, which I will do. I'm not going to go for the triple down. I could get 2 extra die if I successfully do a triple down, but that'll risk my odds. I'm just going to try to roll 8. Okay, so I get the extra die. So here I am now sitting on day 14. I've got 7 dice, 1 card left. Here's my political capital card. Here we go. See if we can win the game right now. A 2 and a 4. There's my 2 and my 4. I'm going to set this aside for eliminating my fury roll. I'm going to get to re-roll the red die in case it's too low. I got to roll a 15 or better. And look at that. Oh my gosh. You know, sometimes the stars are just aligned against you. So I only got a 9, so I failed it. And now I'm on thin ice. And it's day 15. Oh my gosh. This should not be that difficult. And I lose my extra dice too. Now I'm really in for it. I'm just gonna try, just trying to survive here. All right, there goes the misdirected resources. All right, there we go. I got to roll 16. There's no way. There's no way. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. 17. There it is. Woo! Double down. I could double down now. I'm on thin ice, though. I don't think I want to do that. All right. So I did get rid of it. Oh, I have to roll for it, too. That's right. Where's my fury? Don't roll 2, 3, or 4. 6! Yes! I escaped with my political life! All right, so it shouldn't have been that difficult, but it was. So I survived the crisis. Barely. On thin ice, but I do get an experience die for next turn, and we can try to... I'll probably try the natural disaster crisis again the second time. So I would hope to... As many times as I played this game, I would have liked to have put on a better showing than that, but I did survive at least. Okay, so that's... I'm kind of out of breath. That's what this game does to you. It's like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? But we made it past the crisis. All right. I don't get any national acclaim. I don't get the pen set, but I do get to come back to work tomorrow. So that is, we have a problem, Mr. President. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you being part of it. So the game is available on PlayNow.com. And we'll be adding some stuff for this in the weeks ahead. It's a couple of free crises that you can mess around with, and some different prizes. We want to put together a 1-star crisis that you can easily breeze through. Maybe I should have included that with the game, but you'll be able to print it and build up some experience with some minor crisis that is easy to defeat. Any questions, just email us. info@play.com is the email address. And again, that is the National Emergency Management Game. Mr. President, we have a problem. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have a great night. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay well. And as always, we appreciate you being part of the Play Games community.